Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy JCG. Welcome back to the lounge. So, I'm gonna try my best to make this a short video today, but I have not done one of these in a minute. A TV series review. And this time, I'm going to review, as I promised in one of my YouTube posts, I'm going to review the latest Disney Plus Star Wars animated series from Dave Filoni himself. Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord. Yes, sirree. We are talking about Darth Maul, one of my all-time favorite characters in the Star Wars universe. Definitely most favorite Sith character. Um, I feel like this has been something that should have been done ages ago, but I guess better late than never. After all these years, Maul finally has his own TV series. Like, he's been getting his own stuff before. He's had his own focus episodes in the original Clone Wars series. He's had his own comic books, which I have read and loved. But this is the first he was this close to having a video game, by the way. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, this is the first time that he's had his own solo TV series, and it's amazing. I'm just gonna say it like that. This is gonna be no spoilers because I don't want to give away too much of the awesome stuff that happens in this show. I want you guys. I know some of y'all probably don't have Disney Plus, and if you don't, then that's fine. If you're gonna sail the high seas to watch this series, then please be careful. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil this show if you haven't seen it. I do want to say this though. If you thought that that Star Wars as of right now is at least sort of like dry, it's not. There's nothing to be hyped for anymore. I want to assure you, this 10 episodes miniseries on Disney Plus is going to it's not going to save Star Wars, but it's going to give you the Star Wars fix that you as a fan probably need right now. Trust me when I tell you that, because Mandalorian and Grogu comes out later this month, and I am not looking forward to that at all. As someone who actually liked the Mandalorian TV series, I am not, I'm just not excited for it. Like, season 3 of Mandalorian kind of lackluster, and that just like hindered any excitement I had for season 4, or like this movie, I should say. But then again, let's be real here. This movie is probably just going to be season 4, but in film form, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that movie. But this show when it was announced, I'm like, yes, hell yes, I am definitely most excited for this because I love Maul, and I was really, despite how my opinions on Dave Filoni as a creator, as a writer, have changed over the years, I really do think this show is probably one of the best things he's done in a long minute. And yeah, he's I when Dave Filoni puts out something real good, something like very very well crafted in the story department, and also animation too, because the animation in this show is just perfection, top notch, bro. But when Dave Filoni actually gets a W, it's a legitimate W. He hasn't gone that recently, but this is probably the first time in a good minute that I have to give the man props, because he and the team working on this series cooked. They cooked with almost every episode, especially the last 2 episodes. And let me just go over a few things here and there. Maul himself, definitely a character who, yeah, this is not a we're gonna try and make this villain character revert to being good. No, this is not that type of story. Maul is still very much a sinister being. He is very much mostly about his revenge and how he can grow his own empire, his own legion. Maul is still how he always was. He's mostly selfish, and the only thing that the only times he somewhat cares about other characters are usually ones who he's more closest to, like his Dathomirian. What was a species called? Zabrax, I think. But regardless, his Dathomirian brothers, and only like one member from his own group, which I forgot the name of it, but I know the character that I'm referring to was like, what was her name? Rook. Yeah, she was the Mandalorian who joined forces with him when he killed Pre Vizsla back in, I forgot what season was of the Clone Wars, but back when he took over Mandalore at that time, basically. So yeah, Maul is definitely not a character who's going to be reverted to the light side. Not at all. With that said, there are moments where I wouldn't say Maul has gone soft. They did not write Maul to be a soft character. What they did do, however, is have certain moments where, and if you've seen the series already, you might know which scene and which episode I'm specifically referring to. There are certain moments where, the audience, you as the audience, you do kind of feel bad for the dude. Kind of. Like, I'm not even joking. There's a moment where you kind of see just a glimpse of his earlier life, and you kind of realize, yeah, Maul is still a dark side character. He's still kind of like, not even kind of, just pretty evil in more ways than one. But even villains can have sad backstories, and you kind of do like understand and sympathize with the fact that he too has been through some crap. And sometimes even when a show is focused on a villain character, you still gotta have it so that the audience somewhat cares for that main character, even if they don't want to fully root for them. Who else? The two Jedi, Master Daki and his Padawan Devin, they were pretty cool characters too. Devin is, if you know anything about Star Wars history and lore, you know that Devin is pretty much kind of being set up as like this somewhat canonical version of this Legends character named Darth Talon. And I think most of us can see that Darth Talon is probably going to be what Devin ends up turning into sometime around season 2. By the way, season 2 for this show is confirmed. They did confirm this a while back. So yes. Master Daki himself was pretty cool. He was always trying to make sure Devin was still on the right path of the light side, not really listening to not really listening to Maul about like giving into your anger and stuff like that. And he was cool. He was definitely a. I will say this. I think Star Wars needs to be careful with this whole some Jedi survive the Order 66 thing, like, because how many times have we heard that Order 66 purged 95% of all Jedi, and then we still find some just laying around or like hiding out in secret? They need to be careful with that. So, but yeah, Devin and Master Daki, cool characters. There's a couple of human characters in there too. Captain Lawson and his son Riley, also really cool characters. The typical protective father, trying to do what's best for his son, sort of thing. Not gonna go deep into them, but they were also well-written characters. I'm gonna move away from the characters real quick. I do want to talk about the fight sequences because, like I said, the animation for this series is perfection. The Clone Wars animation has definitely been amped up over the years, and it shows in the fight sequences because the lightsaber battles are top notch, bro. These are these are some of the best lightsaber duels, not just in animated Star Wars, but in Star Wars period. Like, don't get me wrong, there have been great lightsaber fights in both live action and animation. But in animation, because you have that more freedom with how you can have characters move, you definitely see that they've, with the amped up animation and just the fluidity of the movements, you can tell, man, these fights go hard. Like episodes 4, 8, and well, no, 4, 9, and 10, I should say. Like not 8, but episodes 4, 9, and 10. Like you'll see when you watch the series, especially 4 and 9. Those lightsaber fights are freaking amazing, bro. And yeah, honestly, that's really all I can say about Maul Shadow Lord, folks. I don't want to go too deep into spoilers because I want you all to go watch this series for yourself. But I guess in order for me to end off this video, I just want to say that this was the only Star Wars related thing I was hyped up for this year. Well, aside from this video game called Galactic Racer, but we'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, Maul Shadow Lord is a great series. I would definitely give it like a probably a 9 out of 10 if I'm being honest. It's not perfect. It definitely is not a perfect series, but it was some of the best Star Wars content that I've seen in a minute. And yeah, we've been dry for great Star Wars stories, great Star Wars media for a good while, fam. And I'm just glad that Maul Shadow Lord was able to deliver. And yeah, regardless of what you think of current day Disney and Lucasfilm and how they've handled Star Wars, when you gotta give credit where credit is due, and when they put out good stuff with the franchise, then yeah, I'm gonna talk about it and tell you guys about it. But hey, that's just my thoughts. I want to thank you guys so much for coming to this video and giving it a look. And thank you for stopping by my channel. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to join the lounge for more videos just like this one. Yeah, Maul Shadow Lord, fam. It's a great series. Go watch it if you haven't already. But with that said, this has been your boy JCG, and I will see you guys next time. God bless. I'm out. Deuces.